You're probably wondering what I meant in the video title by The Honest Truth. Well, stick around through the video to find out.
Sounds really into the constant vigilance thing, huh?
For real.
Buenas noches, vecinos.
I've had the PS5 digital console since its launch, and although I tried getting the digital and a disc version for comparison purpose, I was only able to secure the digital edition. Both of these consoles are still ridiculously difficult to find at the moment, which is now 3 months since its launch. Having used the console for about 3 months now, I've come to learn a lot about the things I like and dislike about the digital edition and the PS5 as a whole. One of the many things I love about the PS5 is the speed. We have the new SSD storage to thank for that. Spider-Man Miles Morales, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and more PS5 games all load very fast. NBA 2K even skips the loading screen to jump into a game in the Play Now section. It's my favorite new feature on the console. Games look beautiful in 4K on both monitors and TVs. If you're trying to future-proof your PS5 hardware, make sure you get a display with HDMI 2.1 input to harness all of the potential of the console, from sound all the way up to performance. HDMI 2.1 lets you play games at a high frame rate and high resolution, say 4K at 120 frames per second or 8K at 120 frames per second. I love how it looks on the 49-inch LG NanoCell 4K TV, which is the TV I use with the console the most. This TV also supports HDMI 2.1. Just so you know. Something else that's nice about the PS5 is the new user interface, which features a complete overhaul from what the PS4 used to have. I'm still getting used to it, and I occasionally search around for some common menu options like online friends. I love the new interface but hate the fact that it isn't customizable with themes like on the old PS4. This could change soon, and I hope it does with, one of the updates. 3D Tempest audio technology is one of the biggest and most raved about additions to the PS5. It immerses you into the game completely, since you now experience in-game sounds as if you were the in-game character. For example, you hear sounds from the left side as if you were in the game, which is pretty sick in my opinion. To be brutally honest with you guys, it's one of the additions to the PS5 which I'm now in love with, especially when experienced through the Arctis 7P wireless headset. If you want to know more about that headset, you can check out the video at the top of the screen right now.
The man you answer to, Simon Krieger, is a killer. This plaza is a monument to everything he's done.
Gameplay is absolutely incredible on the PS5 at 4K and high frame rates. In the case of most of the games that are available right now, I'm only talking about 4K at 60 frames per second, as there aren't a lot of games out right now that support 4K at 120 frames per second, or even higher resolutions like 8K and 10K. In all the games I've played so far, I've loved the performance mode, which is just gaming at a higher frame rates. Another thing I've come to love is the new Dualsense wireless controller and its new features like haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. There's other features, but those are the most important ones, at least to me. It makes gaming interesting and connects you to the in-game characters in some kind of a way. I personally think it makes gaming intense, especially during collision, fighting, or shooting encounters when the controller is most responsive. Shooter games such as Call of Duty tend to use the adaptive triggers the best, while Astro's Playroom is probably the best game to test out all the different new controller features. The new DualSense controller has a slightly different and larger feel to it than the DualShock, in my honest opinion. Some people are saying they're not used to it or it feels weird, strange in their hand. I personally think it just feels, somewhat larger in my hands, and I've gotten quite used to it now. The addition of the new PS Plus collection with a PSN subscription on the PS5 is a game changer. The PS Plus collection is a 20-game library of the top games from the PS4. I know some people have already played through most of these heavy hitters in the previous console, but there are lots who haven't, and I happen to be one of those guys. So I've had fun playing games like God of War, Detroit, and even Days Gone. These are all incredible games to say the least. Still on the topic of games, there isn't a lot of PS5 games out yet, but there will be more before the end of the year if things go according to plan. Check out my list of 14 games coming to the PS5 in 2021 via the video link above for more information. One of the things I like about the digital edition over the disc edition is the design. The symmetry is perfect on the digital console, I'll tell you that right now. Besides that, it's pretty much the same as the disc version minus the disc drive. Both consoles are pretty large large in comparison to the PS4 systems. Let's talk about some things I don't really like about the console. First off, the storage size and the inability to expand it is annoying, and I hope that gets solved sooner rather than later, or I'll have to start deleting all my nice games to free up space for newer ones. After 3 months, my PS5 games library keeps increasing, and there are so much more games that I intend to play releasing throughout the year. For example, God of War Ragnarok. External storage is only useful for PS4 games, but I'm not going to be playing as much of those in the future. Yes, it works right now, but down the line it's not going to be effective. I've seen in some blogs and videos online that people are experiencing controller drift issues with the Dualsense controllers, but I haven't come across any of these issues yet, and I've put in well over 400 hours of playtime into the controllers. Hopefully things stay that way, fingers crossed. I'm guessing that games like Call of Duty and Demon Souls tend to reduce the lifespan of the controllers more than other games due to how much they use all the new features. I've played a few games on the PS5 already. I'm talking Spider-Man Miles Morales, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and NBA 2K21. The biggest issue I would say that plagues the digital console is the obvious one, the fact that it has no disc drive. As I said earlier during the video, I tried getting both the digital and the disc edition for comparison, but unfortunately I ended up only being able to get the digital one. After 3 months of use, I've come to see that there's more value in the long run in having a disc drive over not having the option. It doesn't matter if you think you'll never use it, you want that option. Unless you're a huge fan of the digital edition's symmetrical design, there's no other reason to get the digital instead of the disc. The disc edition has more value as you can buy disc games either used or even borrow them from friends, but the digital edition takes that option away and makes it so you have to buy everything from the PS Store, which is extremely limiting to say the least. The other day I found a PS5 game I wanted so badly on Amazon for half the price, but I couldn't get it since I didn't have the option to use it. The disc edition is $130 more than the digital edition, but might save you that amount and even more in the long run by giving you the option to trade games, buy them used, or even share them with friends. If you only play games at release or don't play a lot of different games all the time or even at all, then the digital console will work well in your favor. If you play a lot of different games, share games with friends, intend on looking for game deals, or just like having the option to use a disc whenever you want, then the disc version is the way to go. In the 3 months I've had this console, I've put a lot of hours into it. Like I said, in Assassin's Creed alone I have over 80 hours played.
Coming.
We're still here, shining the spotlight of truth on the world.
I believe the PS5 is worth buying if you're considering it. You should also consider upgrading from the PS4 if speed is important to you. That new feature alone is worth the upgrade. I hope you're able to get your hands on whichever console you want soon enough if you're on the hunt for one. In time there will be a lot more of them floating around, so just be patient.
Sing the blood song! Come, my wolves!
I'm going to ask you to do me one little favor and smash that subscribe and like button if you enjoyed the video. Turn on notifications by clicking the gold bell icon next to the subscribe button. Make sure to leave any questions below. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting and want to see some more like it, make sure to check out the video on the screen right now, and I will catch you guys in my next video. It's Midas, and I'm out, y'all.